Okay, hello and welcome back. I believe this is day 10 of my daily 30-minute modeling challenge. Alright, we got a spatula for today. Okay, let's get to it. Let's see, what might we want our spatula to look like? Okay. We have like a sort of the silicone flat ones like this, like metal ones like this, ones with holes, wooden ones. Okay. So I think the game plan for this is going to be I'll make one like this and then I'll slightly modify it to make one like this. And what I'll do with that is I'll make a small cylinder and it'll be like a little spatula holder. And I'm gonna go for an NPR style, non-photorealistic style, that is. So we'll start with a plane, I believe, and move to the center. And okay, so I'm gonna start with this, just flat face, and then move backwards. So that's like a straight square. So what we can do is, I believe we can just make it a little bit taller. Yeah, that looks good. And then extrude that probably 1 meter. Oh, let's change the transform pivot point to something else. Okay, that looks about spatula shaped to me. Maybe even could be a bit smaller and come up maybe even a bit further. Okay, now we have a flat protrusion like such. Yep, that's a handle for sure. Make it a bit wider. And then this, we'll take the whole thing and extrude it down along the Z, just to give it some thickness, because metal inherently has some thickness. But then we will extrude the top and the bottom. Yeah, the bottom will have a little bit of an extrusion as well. Okay. So the next step for this is going to be, we have this like flat block. So I'm going to now take it and I'm going to bevel some of these edges. I would use a bevel modifier, but I want some manual control over this. And we want it to have some curvature as well. So it'll be about like that, looks good. We'll need to bevel this edge next. Let's get, come on, give me, there we go. Oh goodness. Let's go versus. And we'll give it just a bit like that. Okay, that looks good to me. Now this one's very important because it curves down quite a bit. And actually even, I think we can start off by scaling this along the X and along the Y just a bit. Same thing down here. On the Y a bit, on the X a bit. Okay, now it's slightly more handle shaped. I'm happy with that. Okay, run that, run like that, like this, and like that. Go with this one. a few more vertices, maybe. Now I'm trying to add some roundness to the edge of the handle. Okay, that looks good, I think. We'll do it just on a few more vertices. Okay, I'm gonna say I'm happy with that, because I don't think I need to bother with down here. And then having this be perfect, actually I don't think this should be perfectly flat, so I'll take these front vertices and we'll scale it along the Z a bit, so there's a bit of a taper. And that right there is a spatula. Okay, I started the timer. We're only 6 minutes in. So let's make a collection, call it spatula. So my first game plan was I'd make multiple spatulas. Here, I'll do some annotation. I make multiple spatulas, and then I have like a container with a couple different spatulas sticking out of it, like a kitchen thing. I might even model like a whisk to go with it. But it could also be cool to do a, like, I'm thinking it could also be cool to have the spatula like in action, basically, like picking up like a burger or something like that. But the pros and cons, that one would take a bit longer because I'd have to model a piece of food and like a cooktop surface of some kind. When for this spatula, I can literally just duplicate that and I can go from there to model something completely new. Like, for example, let's make one like this. I don't know what it's called, but you can go and do that pretty easily by scaling it along the X and rotating it on the Z. And then to make those perforations, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm thinking, is there a way I can make just loop cut? No, the topology's all messed up. Okay, maybe I can inset. Can I increase the number of faces I'm insetting? No, I cannot. Okay, well, I am going to try to use a Boolean modifier for that then. Even though it makes a weird topology, it should be fine. So let's go ahead and shift why don't we go with, I don't know, a cylinder. And what we're going to do is place the cylinder at 90 degrees, scale it down. And then here, wait, let's focus on that. Give me verts. We'll delete the face. And then we'll say quad fill, or what is it, grid fill. And then I can say like 2 sphere. Okay, that's not what I want. Maybe it's this. Good sphere, proportional editing, and then grab the one in the center. No. Okay, you know what? Here's a better idea. We'll start with a circle. Oh, back out of edit mode. Tab, unsolo. Give me a circle, solo that. Give me verts. And we'll just take this we'll pick a vertex and we'll say, no, we'll stretch it along these two vertices. So what we'll do is we'll scale this along the x to 0, as x 0, and then we'll make faces from here to here. And then we can just grab it along the y like that. And that seems good enough to me. So we'll unsolo. We'll take you. And this took a lot of manual work, to be honest. And grab it along, let's turn proportional editing off. Grab it, it'll be like that. Duplicate it. Move it like that. Duplicate it. Does it fan out? It does fan out a bit. So we can scale these down a bit. Duplicate. Rotate. Rotate it a bit. You know what? Okay, wait. Rotate from 3D cursor. Make it easier to position these. Okay, we'll start off by getting the length right first. And then we will slide these down, or no, slide it even further down. Because now that we've slid the vertices down and we have these shapes, we can take this, take these, and we can just scale them up. Oh, go back to bounding box center, scale them up so that they fill in the space of the spatula a bit more. Okay, and move it over just a bit. This one's a bit too wide, but the general effect I'm going for is there. So now I'll take all these. No, wait. Okay, now I'll take all these, move them over just a bit, join them together, extrude them down, and now what we can do is apply a Boolean modifier. Generate Boolean. And what we want is, it's not the union, not the intersect. I believe it'll just be the difference of this. So maybe we hit apply and see how it looks. Okay, that's not what we wanted. Operand type object. We don't want the union. We don't want the intersect. Surely it's the difference you want, yeah? Plus. Self-intersection, hole tolerant, apply. Okay, maybe we have to add the Boolean modifier to this one. Generate Boolean onto this plane, the difference, and then apply. Okay, not working. How to use Blender Boolean. Okay. Subtracted from the modified mesh. Everything outside. Union. Everything inside both the target mesh and modified mesh is kept. Everything outside the target mesh or collection is kept. That's what I want. Okay, maybe separate by loose parts. Maybe if we just do one of these. Boolean. Maybe that is the problem. Difference, apply. What the heck? Or maybe it has already applied, but have you also already applied? No, you have not. Okay. Modifier, Boolean, hole tolerant on this guy, apply. Go out of the way. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna have to go through and reapply this, no problem. Boolean on you, so I made a collection. Whatever. Apply. Last but not least, we'll add a Boolean. Select our object. And apply, and delete. Now we have to deal with getting these faces gone. So we'll just select them, XF, XF. So now we have, perfect. It's not bridged. Okay. Now I want to say I can do something like bridge. Okay, perfect, wait. Bridge edge loops. Awesome, okay, that's exactly what I want. Bridge. No, of course the topology of the spatula is tremendously horrible, right? Like, I don't know. Like, these are some crazy, crazy n-gons. It's just not good. But it is a spatula, and that is what matters. Okay, we have 10 minutes left. I'm thinking we can loosely modify one more. Oh, here's what I'll do. We can make like sort of a thin cake spatula, like an icing spreader kind of thing. longer. Perfect. Okay. So now I'll just make a quick cylinder where we'll take the face, inset it just a bit, extrude it down, take the whole thing, scale it up a bit. All right, that's too big. So now I'll position these into our container. One way I could do this is to make this just a rigid body and make it run a quick physics simulation on this, but that's excessive. Let's not be extra. Okay, let's fix the origin. Do geometry. Okay, so now for the shading, we can get rid of that. For the cylinder, also all objects, we'll have them shade smooth by angle. Perfect. For the cylinder, we'll make a new spatula holder. And you can be just like, sure, how about this shade of blue? That works with me. Now for the spatulas, we'll need a spatula handle texture, which is going to be just sort of a brown, woody. And it'll also need a spatula, which is going to be gray, just like that. Faces, select all those, yep, and assign that, and that's good. And we're going for non-photo real, although we might turn the roughness down a bit. We're going to just throw some outlines on all of these as well. Anyways, plus, slot 1, spatula handle, slot 2, spatula, oh. And we'll select all these, just like so. Assign, perfect. Plus, spatula handle, spatula there we go. We'll assign that. So now our spatulas are shiny and clean in the spatula holder. But now I want to think of a realistic way, like how would these, so they're all just sort of straight up right now. So how would these have naturally fallen in? What are we at? 6 minutes, perfect. So we'll go back into layout mode. And I'll also add, why don't I go for something a little bit more elaborate? We'll do a plane. And then we'll do another plane. X90. Now give me a tile back splash. Tile back splash texture. Sure, this will do. Actually, I like this one much more. it's also seamless. So save image, Blender daily study / backsplash.jpg, and give me a marble texture. Save image, marble.jpg. Oh, cancel that. All right. And then we'll just quickly add a new tile backsplash. And we'll give it Control-T, open, daily study, backsplash.jpg. Hop into the UV editor. There it is. Oh, you said you were seamless, but you lied. You know what, if we make it big enough, we won't be able to tell, because the goal is we're going to put some depth of field on this, and it'll be completely fine. Okay. Hop into shading, new marble counter. Open. Give me marble. Okay, perfect. Gonna move these in there, and then I'll also make a new collection. Oh, a new collection where we'll just take all of our scene objects, put them in, and add collection line art. And we'll also fix our camera. Camera to view. Get a nice centered shot like that. And then make that work. Go back to the UV editor. Get bigger. Okay. Hop into camera settings. Select our camera, give it a depth of field where I want it to focus on this front spatula and make it really blurry. Oh, let's add a sun texture. Sun, not texture, but a sun. Make it 3. Shine it on these. Add an area light. Probably like 1,000. Come on, give me these. Set it on the counter. Along the Z. Crank it down to like 500. And make it like, I don't know, yellowish. Okay, that seems good enough to me. Now for depth of field, again, I want it to be just tremendously blurry so that you can't really tell the tiles in the background are messed up. F-stop, even smaller. Okay, perfect. How much time are we at? 26 seconds. All right, the lighting, you can see that, oh, last thing, just like sort of make these kind of lean it back a bit, move it back a bit. Render image, and stop this before the timer goes off. Awesome. And you can see my little thumbnail decal there. I did not turn them off in the render settings. Run it back. Okay, so that is a spatula little collection in 30 minutes. Awesome. That is day 10 of my daily 30-minute rendering, 30-minute modeling challenge. Thanks for watching.